My name is Dave Patterson. I'm the lead pastor of the Father's House. We're in Vacaville, California. We also have a campus in Napa Valley, and East Bay, which is Concord, Walnut Creek, all here in Northern California. And we started the church 18 years ago with 8 people in the living room. It didn't take long until we realized God had a big vision for our city in Northern California. We've seen the Lord take us from a living room to an elementary school to a community center, and now we're in the shopping center, and we do 9 services on the weekend in our 3 locations. And our heart has always been for people to encounter the presence of a living God, the reality of God, and to get the church out in our community. So over these 18 years, we've just seen the faithfulness of the Lord grow us from dozens to hundreds and now to thousands. And the goal is always the same. We want people to encounter the reality of Christ, know that His presence is real, and be changed, radically changed, and really get on a journey with the Lord. And we've enjoyed the 18 years, and it feels like we're just getting going. A couple other things God has done in our church as we grew, 5, 6, 7 years old. Our desire to serve our community got larger and larger, and we realized in order to be effective, we're going to have to get the church outside the walls and start taking responsibility for our community. And that's really when we started to see some pretty radical increase as we started a benevolent center, some feeding programs, Adopt a Block, and just began to serve our community more and more. It really has become a platform for us to have a voice into our community with city leaders, everything from the mayor, law enforcement. There's just been a wide open door from our city to serve and to be a part of the bigger picture here. Well, as our church has grown, we bought a shopping center and converted it into a worship room. And God's been good. We've been here a decade. But now we do 5 services here on the weekend and several services at other locations. And we just simply outgrew it. Everything from parking lot to seats in the sanctuary to children's ministries, just really hitting the lid, and we needed a new place to go. Thus the journey began to find land and to really build a worship center that would accommodate what God's doing here. And the goal has been to just facilitate what God's doing among us. It's not a bigger building for building's sake, but a bigger building to really facilitate the move of God. And that's the track we've been on. Well, what we found with FCR is they are kingdom-minded, and what would be a word, they're church-friendly. They understand ministry, understand big vision, and within the parameters, obviously, they have to work through, they're willing to raise the lid and understand how churches operate, and churches operate in faith and by growth, and what God's going to do. And so it's been completely different experience in working with other loaning institutions and banks that we've worked with over the years. And I think it's just because they understand what pastors and churches are doing in their community and what it's going to take to get it done.